How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to My Gardening Habit. I'm Rob Mayer, and today we are going to harvest some of the stuff I have going in the greenhouse here. I've got a bunch of basil that you can see is taking off pretty good. I'm going to trim that plant back just enough to keep it going, let it bush out a little bit more, and I don't know, maybe make some pesto out of the basil. And behind us here you have a whole bunch of ginger that has pretty much taken over the back side of this bed. I've been harvesting a little bit here and there as I need it, but I think it's time to free up a little bit of room. The back side of the container that I have this grow bed set up in is actually kind of bulging out a little bit, so I want to get that out of there, and not really sure if I'll just put a couple pieces back or maybe plant something else in its place, but for right now the task is to get it out of here. So let's get started. This basil plant was one of the first things that we got started in the aquaponics, and we pull a little bit off here and there when we need it. This is the first time I've really taken a big old bunch of it out. I guess I'll make some pesto and maybe I'll offer it up on the local garden share. But this plant, it's been going for about 1.5 years at this point, and still going strong. The base of it's getting a little woody, and you know, it's becoming like a little tree in here. It's just a permanent resident in the aquaponics, so pretty happy with it. Probably the best thing that I've had going so far. Alright, so basic plan is I'm just going to try to trim off all the greens, and then I guess pull apart what I can, move the rocks away where I can, and just try to get the rhizome out of the ground, or out of the media. So I'm trying to be as gentle as possible with the greens as I can. I personally don't use them for anything, but there might be somebody on the local garden share who does. So I'm going to try to not mess them up too much, and if nobody takes them, I guess I'll just throw them in the compost for now. Give you a little look here at what we got. Like I said, the side of the container was bulging out to the point that it was starting to look like it was going to run into the corner of this 2x8, and really didn't want it to push up against there. In fact, I really don't like the way it's bulging out this much now. You can see the whole thing is just bowed out on the side because of that rhizome just growing in there and expanding. Let's see if I can set you up in a better spot and we'll pull this thing out. You can see here I'm struggling a bit to remove the remaining roots from the river rock, and also how much easier it was to just pull this giant rhizome out of the expanded clay media that we use in another bed. So in the future, going with a plant like this, I'll probably opt for a expanded clay media grow bed, but I'm still going to continue to use the river rock for other media beds. We have an abundance of it on our property from the previous owners, so I can't beat the price. While expanded clay media is much better to work with, in my opinion, what I've seen so far, it is also pretty pricey and hard to come by in our area. So there you have it. Got a nice big ginger harvest. I'm gonna obviously clean it up a little bit more. There's some fish waste still on it, but all very good, organic, homegrown. And what I'll do now is I'll take a couple of these ones that still have little sprouts coming off of them and just drop them back in there and see how they do. I got all that. I just purchased I think like a $2 package, might have been 2 pounds worth of ginger from the local produce junction, and I just popped a little piece similar to that in there, and all summer long I've been getting ginger out of it. We're into the fall now. You can see it's taken over a nice portion of the beds. So one of the problems with growing ginger has been the fact that it grows so tall. It's not ridiculously tall. It's probably only maybe max 3, maybe 4 feet at some spots, but we're in this tiny greenhouse and that's not really helping out. Kind of gives us a bit of a restriction on what we can grow in here. Hopefully that is alleviated with the new greenhouse that we put up. We don't have an aquaponics system in there just yet, but we're going to be working on that, so stay tuned. thanks again for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you can, please like, share, and subscribe. We'd really appreciate your support. We've got a lot going on, and we're just going to keep on putting out content. We're having a lot of fun doing this whole My Gardening Habit thing. We've been a little bit slow going with it because we're also, working and also juggling the mytravelinghabit.com content that we're producing also. So if you can, take a moment, pop on over there, My Traveling Habit, and give us a like and share there also. Let us know what you think. We've got a lot of awesome stuff coming up, and we'd really appreciate it if you were there with us. I would say if you're thinking, this guy doesn't really post a lot of content, if you want to see more up-to-date stuff, check out either our Instagram or our Facebook page. We're constantly posting on there. Not constantly, not annoyingly, not to the point that we're annoying the hell out of people, but it's definitely the place to see what we've got going on, right then and there. Definitely a lot more frequent content updates. So if you can, go ahead and check out our Instagram and our almost said MySpace. If you can, go ahead and check out our Instagram and our Facebook pages. That's where you're going to find a lot of our more frequently updated content. So it's a lot of pictures. Right now it's a lot of stuff with the construction of our greenhouse. So check it on out. Thanks again. Take care.